The men's triathlon at the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio proved to be a fiercely competitive competition, with a number of the pre-race favourites not quite in contention. The race involved a 1.5 kilometre sea swim with a beach start, and right from the gun, three distinct packs formed, or three echelons. And after about the first or second turn buoy, did the three distinct groups come together to form a single converged group, with Richard Varga from Slovakia proving that he is one of the best swimmers in triathlon. Emerging from the swim, there was a group of about 10 in close succession, including Britain's Brownlee brothers, Jonathan and Alistair Brownlee, Richard Varga from Slovakia, Vincent Louise from France, another pre-race favourite, and Henry Schoeman from South Africa. These 10 athletes then worked well together on the bike to extend their lead on the chases, and over the course of the 8-lap cycle leg, which involved a climb on each of the 8 laps, the group, as I had mentioned, extended their lead from the chasers and came into the second transition for the 10k run, which involved 4 2.5k laps. On the run, the Brownlee brothers, Jonathan and Alistair, quickly established their dominance and were followed for the first lap by Vincent Louise. Louise, however, could not keep pace, and toward the end of the first lap had dropped off from the Brownlee brothers, while he seemed to only continue to drop through the field. Henry Schoeman, however, emerged as a consistent force throughout the race. He was there at the swim, he was there throughout the course of the cycle leg in that 10-man lead group, and he then took over third place from Vincent Louise. It was a fascinating race to watch, and the Brownlees were ever dominant throughout the course of the race. And Henry Schoeman emerged as quite a surprise bronze medalist. If someone had said that a South African would be the winner of the bronze medal at the 2016 Olympic Games triathlon, most South Africans would guess that that would be Richard Murray. However, Richard Murray didn't have the swim or the cycle that he would have liked to have had, and he had to produce a absolutely phenomenal run to get into 4th position. So that was a great run from him, but clearly not enough to grab or clinch the bronze medal at the Games. So the top 4 positions were filled by Alistair Brownlee, who won with a clearly dominant performance. He pulled away with about a lap to go from his brother Jonathan Brownlee, and he never looked back. He was able to walk over the finish line and wait for his brother Jonathan, who was a few seconds behind him. That was a very dominant performance by him. Then in third place came Henry Schoeman, who was a constant force throughout the course of the race, and he had a phenomenal performance, clearly a highlight of his career up until this point. He's been a consistent performer on the World Triathlon Series with a number of top 10 finishes, but I don't think he has ever been on the podium in one of these high-level races, and so this is quite a first for him in an individual race. He has, in the Commonwealth Games, grabbed a silver medal in a relay or mixed relay event for triathlon, but this is definitely his best individual performance in a triathlon, in a high-level triathlon. So that is quite a surprise. And then in 4th place, Richard Murray ran himself back into contention, but was unluckily a few seconds off the podium. But nonetheless, a great performance by him. Then Vincent Louise was a couple of positions back. He dropped off during the course of the run after having a great swim and cycle leg. And the rest, well, not many people will remember the minor placings. But nonetheless, a great performances by Great Britain and South Africa. It would be interesting to see if Javier Gomez was able to take part in the race, how things would have panned out. But unfortunately, he sustained a elbow fracture during his preparations for the games, which saw him having to pull out, and as a result, he was not able to participate in the event. So it was a very interesting race, absolutely fantastic results for Great Britain and South Africa, and I'm so pleased for my fellow countrymen Henry Schoeman and Richard Murray, who performed absolutely phenomenally on the day, and so proud of them. Richard Murray being one of the pre-race favourites, and on the test event on the same course in 2015, he, well, a few months back at least, he came third behind Vincent Luige and Javier Gomez. So he definitely, out of the three on the podium in the test event, he had the best performance out of those pre-race favourites, having come fourth, just one place back from his test event result. Javier Gomez was not able to take part in the event due to that elbow fracture, and Vincent Luige, he was a few places back, and so he definitely performed more poorly or less well in the actual event, the actual Rio 2016 triathlon event, as opposed to the test event a few months back. So that is how the race panned out. As I said, that lead group on the bike, they set a fierce pace, and they continued to consistently pull away from the chasers. That was about a 10-man lead group that happened to include all the medals, all the finishers, the finishers who claimed medals and were on the podium in the event. So absolutely fantastic race, panned out really well. So proud of Great Britain and South Africa. Well done, gentlemen.
This is a view of the bronze moon, a mere 45 minutes after Henry Schoeman won the bronze medal at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games Triathlon final, held at Fort Copacabana